What's up, everybody? It's Broken Bones here, and welcome to KrustyKraft. This is episode 44, and we're starting things out on my new orc camp base. My buddy Ted Stickles came over and lent me a hand last episode, and he did a really good job. We got building together, and all of these builds are looking really cool. However, this area is not done. We still have a lot to do. So the plan for today's episode is to finish this area, and then making our way to make some more progress into this area. For a redstoner like myself, a build like this is not very easy. My buddy Ted that helped me last episode, he's gonna be helping me in this episode too, threw up this crane in a matter of minutes. However, building these two little stables took me right around an hour. And look who just flew in. Ted just dropped in to say hi. I think Ted's actually rather excited to go ahead and get started on building this again. This was so much fun. So if you guys are excited too, then be sure to smack that like button for me. Subscribe if you guys are new. Don't forget to ring that notification bell, and let's crack on with today's project. So to start things off, I think we should continue this dirt pathway up and around the lava pool, coming over here by the campfire, and then extending into the tents. In and around the tents, I'm gonna go ahead and break out pretty much the entire floor because this is gonna be a highly trampled area. All the orcs will be coming in here, coming to get into their beds, and so this is going to be a high traffic area. I think around this dead tree here, I think it'd be kind of cool to go ahead and put in some roots in here, some rooted dirt, make it look like it's been growing through the ground. And of course, orcs would be coming around here by the campfire to stay warm and get some of that food sitting down here on the little turning wheel here. And now the floor in this tent has been dug out, so we're connecting this up to the pathway. And now to start filling in the pathway, I'm going to be using soul sand, soul soil, rooted dirt, regular dirt, and coarse dirt, and even path blocks for the entire path. This is literally so relaxing. Like, all you have to do is just place in a couple of blocks, and it just comes right together so easily. I mean, once you're done doing this just a little bit, look it comes out so, look how good that looks. So now we're filling in behind the campfire here, and around the tree, I think we're gonna highly populate these rooted dirts here to kind of make it look like the tree has grown roots around it. Then for the rest of the blocks, we can go in and kind of fill it in with random stuff. And now we're starting to bring the pathway into the tents. Now we brought that pathway all the way through the tent, and it's extending out the back. And I also feel at some point for this tent over here that some of the orcs would walk around in this direction from the back of the tent. So I think we should go ahead and break a few more blocks out around here to make it look like they're walking in this area. And now we brought the pathway through this tent and we're into the back area. And now we're extending it out the back and around this tree to make it look like they're coming up to the campfire. And now that the path blocks are all in, let's go ahead and take some buttons and make it look like this. When you take these buttons and you sprinkle them around, it kind of looks like little pebbles, little rocks kind of dotted around, which looks really realistic because that's how it would kind of be in real life. For now, I'm leaving the buttons out of the tents because I have more decorations that I'm going to be doing in here, but look at the pathway. It's already looking great. Wow, in the end of that clip, I just noticed that these resin were right here. It looks like Ted has made himself a resin farm and got some resin. Look at how cool that looks. Resin looks awesome next to lava and magma. It's like the right color. In between episodes, I actually did myself a favor and I made some of these cool project boxes. That way I have different boxes for each different part of this project. So there's like the cookery and the smeltery, and I have those decoration items right in here. Next, I want to go ahead and work on the crane. I want to work on the base specifically. Here's my crane box right here. So this is some of the blocks that we're going to use, and here's the other blocks. So we're going to take this and go ahead and spruce it up a bit. I'm not too concerned with up there. It's more down here. See how this is all Blackstone? And see how the lava coming down has Blackstone bricks. It has Blackstone. It has polished Blackstone, and it has mini blocks. It has buttons. It has slabs. It has a little bit of everything. So I want to do some of that to this area. So I'm actually really digging the shape of this little area underneath the crane. All I'm trying to do here is just mix up the textures just a little bit. And I think this is going to make a pretty good difference. Look at that. Look at how much better that looks. Adding in a couple of the mini block variants, that would look pretty cool, I think, too. And I think this one right here should just about do it. Look at all the little mini blocks here. They make it look so cool. Now that I'm pretty happy with this section's looking pretty good. I'm almost thinking we should use some of the mini blocks on this little pile of Blackstone right here and kind of make it look like maybe some rocks have fallen off like that. I don't know if does that look good? I think that looks kind of cool. I mean, it looks like rocks are falling off, but I think we need to come down here a little bit. Let's see here. If we come underneath here, maybe that block. Yes, that makes it look like there's rocks falling off of it. That looks cool. Maybe we'll go ahead and dot a few of the other rocks that have fallen off that are already on the ground around this area. Oh my god, I just really can't get over how good that looks with the rocks actually falling. It makes it look like something's actually happening. Now I want to carry what we've done kind of over to this pile over here and kind of mix it up with these stairs and slabs and just kind of make things look a little bit more texturized. Texturized. I wonder if texturized is a word. I don't know if I just made that up or if that's just a word. It's definitely a word. And even if it's not, I'm sticking with it. And regardless of what it is, I think that will just about do it. Look at that. That's looking really good. And now it's time to go inside the mines. is. Now that we've got all the wool removed, this is what's behind that wool. We need to go ahead and dig out an area for our mine shaft. Dang, this place is looking pretty cool. Now that this is all built, next I want to put in a minecart rail. As you can see, we kind of have one here, but it doesn't really go to anything. So as you can see, I've got some redstone stuff in my inventory. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make the rail hit right here. So I think we're going to take out this slab right there. We're going to go ahead and I need to place a block down there. So let's just follow on through. Let's go ahead and go just like this. We'll come all the way back up, just like so. And then when we get to this area, where do we need to go? We need to go right there. Let's go ahead and place a block in right there. We'll place one up like this right there. That's good. There we are. Now we can go ahead and place in a redstone torch right there, and we'll place this cracked Blackstone brick right there. That'll look pretty good. And then we can go ahead and place in ourselves a powered rail, and we can put 2 of them in there for that matter. And that'll go ahead and be our send-off station. So next I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these. And since the rail's gonna be going down in here, I think it'd be a good idea to go ahead and take some of our Blackstone blocks here and go ahead and kind of bring it on out this way. So if we had a minecart right in here, oop, I just took out my torch. We'll go ahead and replace that later here. If we brought some of the Blackstone into this direction just like this, I think it would kind of look nice in these areas where I'm breaking out all these blocks. Now, if we just take a few of these blocks here, we can go ahead and sprinkle these around. Yeah, because if you had a minecart coming in and out of a mine shaft, I'm sure that there'd be a ton of, like, whatever you're bringing out of the mine shaft, which in this case is going to be Blackstone. You'd have a bunch of that all over the ground everywhere. And now here, let's go ahead and replace our torch there. There we go. And then we can place that there. So now that we have this in place, the way I want the system to work is I want it to be triggered by this detector rail here. And I'm not sure where I'm going to place that. So now coming in this direction, we're going to be adding some power rails in here too, but they're not powered. We're going to have to go underneath and do that. And then right here, I'm thinking this is probably a good spot for that detector rail. So we're going to need a spot down there too. So I've marked out this block right here, and this is going to be the one that has the detector rail on it right there. So we can start right here with our redstone, and we need to wire it up over here. So now I've gone ahead and added in all of the blocks for all of the redstone. And I think what we're going to do here is we're going to just put in a bunch of repeaters here on delay. So that way when the guy goes over this detector rail here, we'll have all of this delay before he gets sent back. And now that that's all done, let's go ahead and get ourselves up out of that. And now once the minecart goes over this, it should power that. So now I've got myself a minecart. Let's go ahead and put it on here. Let's test it out. If we come on down here, just like this. Ooh, actually, I'm not sure we're gonna have double powered rails there, but I'm pretty sure that would have worked. So let's go ahead and try it again here. Let's go ahead and see what happens. All right. I'm stopped, and then I get sent back just like I wanted it to. That's awesome. So So now I've added in the rest of the track. We just need to fill in these two bits right here. And I think after doing all this, I think a good spot for that detector rail that we need to put in here, let's go ahead and put that in right here where this rail is. We'll put that in there and it'll trigger that rail at the end of it. If our detector rail is here, then down below here, we're gonna have to get started with some redstone just like this, and look at how close it is to that torch. But I'm pretty sure we can just go like this. Let's go ahead and take this block out here. We'll make that one of our redstone blocks. And we'll put ourselves in the repeater right there. Now, because from this area, we are kind of going downwards, so I think it would be a good idea to go into a block right there. Let's go ahead and remove this block out from down below. Let's get some area down here. And then we can transfer our signal down to here. We can put that into some redstone dust, and then we can go ahead and come down this direction, and now we're at a lower Y level. Let's go ahead and continue on this way. Let's grab ourselves a repeater, and we'll just put some repeaters going in that direction. And just mining out some of the blocks here, I ran into another redstone torch, which is powering our rails, so I can't really move where that's going to be, but I have our repeater line here, which that needs to go on full delay. That's going to go into a block. Let's go ahead and bring this down a little bit. Let's go ahead and bring this down here so we can come down a block. We'll put some redstone dust right there. What can we do? Because we need to go in this direction. So if I break this block out, if I break that block out, I could go down here like this. I think I could actually, we can get rid of this block. We can actually get rid of this block entirely. We can place that over there. This is just powering a rail, so that can go right there. Then what we can do here, yes, is we can go ahead and place in a couple more blocks down in here. Let's go ahead and take a good look here and see if we can actually plan this out here. We need to get to the last bit. That's the block right there that we need to get to. That's it. That's our block, that stone brick right there. That's got the final redstone torch on it. So I think from there, we should be able to break all of these out. That's a pretty straight line. That looks like it'll be pretty easy. Let's go ahead and place that all in there, just like so. That's looking good. Let's get ourselves out of here. And that's redstone dust. So that means that we can place the rest of these in with repeaters, just like so. And that'll put enough delay on there to where it'll take them a little bit of time to go ahead and come back out of the cave. All right, so now let's go ahead and test it. Let's go ahead and head on down here. Let's push the cart. Okay, look at that, it turned off. I don't know if you guys can see that, but see how this one stops and then it turns on. Watch as we come up here. The powered rail down there is on. And then if you stare at it, look, it turns off from the detector rail. I've got the circuit backwards. I need it to be like this one. All right, so now what we actually got to do is we actually got to get down here. We need to place ourselves in, we could place ourselves in a torch right there. That would actually do it, just like that. And when the minecart comes down, you're going to see this trigger. And it should stop right there, I believe. It should have stopped. So let's go ahead and break these. What we need to do now is we need to actually go ahead and invert this torch right here. So let's go ahead and break these out as well, just like that. That'll leave us 3 more blocks. We could just go down there like that. That's going to significantly reduce our delay, but I think that's okay because it's not going to really matter how much delay we have. It's just for observing purposes, just so we can watch it stay in there just a little bit longer. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and put these on 4 ticks each. That's looking pretty good. Now let's see what happens here. All right, so now to test it again, let's go ahead and grab our minecart. Let's hop on down, and this time the powered rail is off, and then it sends us off after a little delay. That's looking good. This one is off. It sends us after a little bit of delay. I would like it to be a little bit longer like this one. See how fast this one is? We're in, and then we're right back out. We don't really sit there for any amount of time. All right, so here's the beginning of our redstone. The detector rail is right up here. This redstone torch here is kind of necessary to power the rails. So that means that repeater has to be there. That redstone dust is going to be there. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. If we try taking this down, let's go ahead and take this down here just by a little bit there. And there's the redstone dust. Let's go ahead and break these 2 out. Let's grab our redstone bricks, our stone bricks here. Let's go ahead and place that in there just like so. I think that didn't really gain us any time, did it? We just took out a repeater and put another one in. So now in an attempt to reroute the redstone, I think if we place these 2 blocks there, let's go ahead and place a couple more in here just like this. Let's place that guy in there. And can we get this to come around this way? I think that'll work. I think that'll work just fine. Let's go ahead and place in some more stone bricks all in this area. There we go. Let's place in our repeaters all on 4 ticks right in here, and that'll get us a lot more repeaters in there. Then all we need is some redstone dust. Let's go ahead and place that in here, which should be connecting from down there all the way back up to here. There we go. That's added a lot of delay. Let's go ahead and take a look at how much delay that's going to be. All right, let's give this another try. Let's go ahead and head on down here. Let's see what happens. All right, we're stood here for a good while. I like that a lot better. I like that a lot better. Yep, feels a lot more like this side. Feels a lot more like this side. Just take a look. We're gonna stay still right there. There we go. That's what I wanted. That's all I wanted. Now we got it. Now remember, in that minecart, I'm not gonna be in it. It's actually gonna have a zombie villager in it, holding one of these pieces of gilded blackstone, and he's gonna be going in and out, and he's gonna have a colleague, another zombie villager over here. They're gonna be looking like orcs, and his colleague is gonna be here, making it look like he's grabbing the ore and placing it in the pile, and then the crane's grabbing stuff out of the pile and moving it over to another pile over here that we haven't even built yet. But first, let's go ahead and finish this area. I feel like we need a little bit more, you know, kind of like a dirty feel around here. We need some more blackstone in here, and maybe also some dirt in some areas to kind of make it look like it's been worked in. There we go. That's looking a little better. And now I think that area being filled in with dirt, let's go ahead and fill these in. We're going to sprinkle around some other types of dirt in here. Then we'll go ahead and take maybe like one of these and turn it into a path block. And we'll just kind of dot all these little dirt blocks around. And while we're working on the path blocks, something that I just kind of noticed is look at how nice this looks. And then the area that I did over here, this is all kind of dotted around, and see how what I'm talking about? If there's a lot of this basalt here. Over here, it's a lot of dirt. Over here, it's kind of 50-50. Over there, it's predominantly dirt. I think it would look better like this. This is what Ted did earlier when he first helped me out the first day. And I think I want to go ahead and do the same over here. So let's go ahead and take out a few of these blocks here. We'll go ahead and make it more dirt just by removing some of these blocks first. Okie doke. I think with this amount of blocks kind of gone, it should be a lot better if we go ahead and start filling this in with dirt. I think we'll notice a significant difference. And I think with the addition of those couple blocks that has filled it in quite a bit. However, I think I need to take my shovel here. We need to go ahead and turn some of these into path blocks here. That'll kind of make it all match up. Now if we take a look from over there and we come over to this area, we can kind of see that it's a little different. I mean, who's going to build exactly the same, you know? The important thing is that I think it looks good, and it does look good from right here. Inside these tents is looking kind of bare, though. I think we should go ahead and add some job blocks to make it look like they're doing something in here. There, now that all of these are in, that looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and take ourselves some beds here, and I think, oh, we can't put them on top of those path blocks. Here we go. I got some dirt. I can go ahead and fix that here. Let's go ahead and patch that up. And then what we can do is we can go ahead and take these beds right here. If we take a bed just like this, and a bed just like that, it'll make it to where when we put our zombie villager in here, he'll be able to get up here, but he won't be able to get out. I thought he wouldn't be able to get out. Maybe if we take some of the cyan wool, if we put that there and put that there, that would kind of make it to where you can't really get out. And I think if from the outside looking in, well, I can't actually get outside now. Let's go around this way. Come around this way. Does that look okay from the outside? Let's see if doing it this helps any. Let's go ahead and go just like that and like this. We'll place that in there. Does that look better? What about if we get rid of this wall here in the middle? Does that look any better? I'm not sure what we can do here. All right, so instead of doing any of that, I think this might work. Let's see if we go like this and make it look like they're on cots. Does that work? Does that look stupid? That looks stupid, doesn't it? Who the hell would have a bed that's tall? Like, you can't even get in bed. Although, nope. I don't know, man. I need a way that I can trap a zombie villager in here without making him look like he's trapped. Over here in my design, over here, this is the one that I kind of came up with. The blocks are right here, so if you place a bed in right here, let's see, if we do it over here, you simply just can't get out. You literally can't. And I need that to be that way over there, but Ted ended up building this a little too big. So, I'm not sure what I can do to make it actually look good. It needs to be kind of like that one. Or maybe we'll leave this one empty. We'll put the beds in there and we'll put a zombie over there. I actually really like that idea. Can't believe that just happened. But now that creeper explosion is now all buttoned up. I don't know where that creeper came from. I do have torches down just like this, but that kind of reminds me too, I need to go ahead and move these torches underground under these path blocks because these path blocks will let the light through. So I guess the first thing we need to do is really go ahead and tear out all of these path blocks, and then that way we know where they are down below so we can go put torches down there. Okay, I think I've dug out just about every single path block. Let's go ahead and go down here. We need to go ahead and collect all of this. So now I've collected all the dirt that's landed down here, and I actually see another piece of dirt over there just bouncing around, but I'm not going to bother getting that one. It's just one piece. Nonetheless, we are going to go ahead and start right here. This is where the dirt ends. This is where one of the tents is, and over there is where the other tent is. Here's our fire pit, and here's a tree right here. So that's what's up above. And so what we need to do now is we need to go ahead and make ourselves a bridge. We're going to go ahead and pillar up with some stone right here, and we're just going to go underneath all of these areas just like this. So this will be one of the areas that we get. We need to go ahead and go underneath with stone, pretty much underneath all of these. Right away, I'm already noticing that I need to take this down. Being way up there is very hard to identify the holes. As you can see, it's much easier to identify them from down here. And then all we need to do is pillar up to the hole, and then once we have that hole, we'll play a block in underneath it with a torch just like that. Then when we place a path block on it, it'll look just like that, but it'll be a path block on top and let the light on through. Here go in a couple more just like this. We'll put the torches on their faces and then put the path blocks up on top. Well, that was exciting. But with all creeper explosions aside, I think this one right here is going to be the last hole that we need to fill with these lights and path blocks. I mean, look at all that. So now to destroy our little platform that we made. And then, of course, I can't just leave all these blocks laying around. I got to pick these up, too. All right, so let's go ahead and get ourselves out of here. Here's a wandering trader. How about that? Let's go ahead and patch this back up there. There we go. And it's daytime. We'll actually need to wait till it's nighttime to see if this actually worked. So while we wait for the sun to go down, there's one last thing I want to build here in this blue wool circle, and I've waited till it's last because these shulker boxes are all in the way. We need to go ahead and clean up the shulker boxes, and we're going to build ourselves one more Blackstone Pile, kind of like that one over there. All right, as you can see over there, the sun is going down. I've cleaned up a lot of the shulkers that we had over here. I'm moving everything onto the dirt paths, and now that it's finally nighttime and the moon's coming out, you can see that this area is pretty well lit up. And we actually have torches over here and stuff too, but you can see that after we take the torches out, now we no longer need torches. Everything is still nice and lit up. That's awesome. And here's kind of the beginning of my pile that I have going in here. So let's go ahead and replace a couple of these blocks here. We'll go ahead and put some of this gilded blackstone in there. I think it looks really cool when there's like a half slab in front of it, and it kind of makes it look like the gilded blackstone is kind of peeking out there. And there we go. I think that's been dotted around quite nicely. This looks pretty good. I think I'm going to leave that block there blank. That looks considerably better. I like the way this is starting to turn out. In some of these areas, we need to go ahead and add some slabs in, add varying heights, and kind of make it look like it's not so blocky. And I don't want to be putting slabs everywhere, even though they look really good, because I have even more details to come. Adding in some stairs will add some variance. That'll look pretty cool. And then there's just something about walls going in place. It just kind of makes it look like it's got rocks everywhere, that's not so straight and jagged. It just kind of makes it look a little bit more natural. And now that we've got the walls in place, I think it's time to go ahead and start throwing in some of these mini blocks. These mini blocks just look so cool. I'm debating on that one that I just placed. It kind of made this wall stick out a little bit. Does that look cool? Should we just leave it? I think I'm gonna leave it, because it doesn't really connect. It doesn't really make it look like the mini block's doing anything. Thank you, Nebrian, for adding this mini block mod. It really does make everything just look a little bit better. And I'm thinking with that one, that's probably enough of all of those scattered all around. Maybe one more up here. Maybe we'll do that one. That looks pretty good. So now, I think we need to go ahead and take some buttons around here. We need to go ahead and place in some buttons and kind of make it look like there's little tiny pebbles that have kind of spewed out off the pile. I even gone ahead and placed some of the buttons on the build, and I think it looks really good. And after looking at this thing a couple times, I think it just needs like a few more blocks up here to bring it up just a little bit. Maybe like that. Let's add like a, do we have any walls? We don't have any walls. So if we grab ourselves a wall and go just like that, I think, yes, that makes it look a lot better. All right, now that this pile's looking good, I think we need to go ahead and take the pathway and kind of extend it around it. We're not going to do it a whole lot just like this, because would be the high traffic area. And we're going to do it more like this, where it's just a little bit of low traffic area, where people are walking around, but not that much. I'm literally just thinking a little bit of this, just like that. Let's go ahead and throw in some blocks just like so. If we place in a path block down there, we can go down below and go ahead and light it up too. And on second thought, maybe we'll just leave all the areas that are going to be path blocks out just like this. I'm really starting to like the way that this is turning out so far. Things are moving along nicely. I really like the way that this dirt is coming out. We're just placing this in here just kind of like this. We're going to leave these areas open, like I said, for the path blocks. And now we're down below here doing the same thing we did earlier for all of the other path blocks. And now with these last few going in just like this, let's go ahead and put these torches on, put these last few bits of dirt in place, and that'll be the floor all done and dusted. One more to go. Let's go ahead and do this one, and that should be it done. But of course, we got to take this down first. And of course, we need to go pick up all of the blocks. All right, we're now outside. Let's go ahead and take a look around. It looks like we still have torches here, but I believe if we knock out the torches, yes, it is still illuminated. You can tell. Looks like I missed one right there. Let's go ahead and put ourselves in a path block there. Uh-oh, looks like somebody slept. Well, while we wait for the sun to go back down, what we can do is we can go ahead and build ourselves a little decoration over here. I've been thinking about this, and I'm thinking if we go just like this, we take ourselves a barrel, maybe we'll turn it around backwards, just like so. I don't think that'll bother me too bad, having that wall connect up to there. Let's go ahead and just break it. We'll just break that wall out, and that'll look a little bit better. All right, so let's go ahead and take ourselves some trap doors. We got some trap doors right here. We're going to build a little side case to this thing, kind of like this. I know you guys don't know what I'm building just yet, but I think you guys probably know with the barrel on top. It's a kind of a cheesy, fun little build. And so what we're going to do is we're going to build ourselves a little water barrel here that's going to fill up this little, what do they call these, decorated pots. We're going to put that there. We're going to put ourselves a lever on the front of this guy right here that'll go ahead and be pointed down. We'll put some blue glass in there, and it'll make it look like water is spewing out. Can I get that? Do I have to place it in there like that? There we go. Let's go ahead and get that trapdoor back up. And I'm thinking it might even look good if we go ahead and take trapdoors and we go on the sides of that as well. Yes, that's looking a lot better. I think that's the ticket right there. That there looks good. Although I'm not sure if the scaffolding looks so good. Let's go ahead and take the scaffolding out and put ourselves in a trapdoor right there. I think that's the ticket right there. That looks much better. All right, and here goes the sun. It's starting to go down. Let's go ahead and check out if our lighting is any good. Okay, the sun has fully set, and it's still very illuminated. It's getting even darker and darker as time goes by, and it still looks very illuminated even in the pitch black of the night. And let's take a lap around here. Let's go ahead and take a look. Looks like everything is pretty well illuminated around here. It doesn't need that much more. I don't think any of this is spawnable. This area might be a little dark. We might have to do a little something around there. But for the most part, this whole area, even all the way back up here, let's take out this light. This is all lit up. This is very nice. I love how we don't have to have any torches to light anything up. I want to take a little flight up here and kind of come up top and get kind of far enough away to see if any mobs can even spawn down there, which I know I'm far enough away for mobs to spawn, and I think I'm close enough for them to spawn too. But yeah, I'm not seeing any mob spawns, and pretty much every part of this area looks very well lit up. Not to mention that every part of this little build right here is literally looking fantastic. We built this little mine shaft in here. My buddy Ted last episode ended up building this Blackstone Pile and this beautiful crane, and then I actually touched it up just a little bit with some of the falling rocks here. Looks like the rocks are falling off as it's being moved over to the bigger pile. We built these two little things. This is a cooking area and a blacksmith area. We're going to be putting some zombie villagers in here in a future episode, and this going to be this guy's going to look like he's cooking all that meat for all of the other orcs, and then this guy's going to be in here making tools and weapons, which is going to be super cool. And because this is a volcano, we built ourselves a lava fall that came down into a lava pool, which looks super cool. And then my buddy Ted came over and put resin on the blackstone and around this area, which makes it look so much better. And then we have the orc campsite with the tents over here where the orcs will be sleeping. They have food on the fire. They have drink over there coming out of the barrel, and they have another tent over here where they can go ahead and rest their head. And all the while, there's a tree over here that's kind of dead, considering that it is a volcano. I don't think trees would be really living here, but this would be the remnants of a dead tree, which looks pretty cool. And all of it tied together just looks super cool. This is one of the coolest things I think I've ever built. And with that being said, I think that's going to do it for an episode there, guys. This place is looking fantastic. All we need to do now is get our villagers in place, but that's a whole project in itself. And so this place is pretty much complete as far as the build is concerned. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you guys enjoyed it, be sure to smack that like button for me and subscribe if you guys are new. I'm Broken Bones, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Take it easy, everybody.